Have you ever thought about starting your own band as a drummer? In this video, I'm going to show you some tips to do just that. And at the end of the video, I've got a bonus for you. By the way, if you're new to Brad Allen Drums, I'm a professional drummer based out of Kansas City. I've spent over 20 years as a band leader, and so I have a lot to say about the subject. Okay, so there's lots of different scenarios when it comes to starting a band. How you go about this depends a lot on the music that you want to play and the goals you have for your band. So some of what I'm going to say here might or might not apply to your particular situation. You have to decide that for yourself. Tip number one is to figure out what type of music you want to play, then simply hire the players who already know that type of music. This is by far the easiest way to put a band together and work as a drummer. Here are a couple of examples of groups that I put together using this method. When I wanted to start performing jazz, I knew we could do jazz standards. I started booking gigs as the Brad Allen Trio. Then I called a bass player and a guitarist to do the gigs with me. I knew they were great players and also knew lots of songs. They also knew how to read charts. So this was very simple to do. We didn't even need to rehearse in the beginning. I did the same with other bands. One was a country band playing classic country. Again, we didn't rehearse, but we played together very well because I hired musicians who really knew the music. By the way, if this is making sense to you, please hit that like and subscribe button. That really helps me to keep growing this channel. Thank you in advance. Tip number two, be flexible when hiring musicians. If the musician that you want to work with is busy or already booked, just call somebody else. Most of the time, the venue doesn't care whether the bass player is the same every time, as long as the music is still good and the quality is at the same level. If you wait for other musicians, you'll never get anything done and you will rarely play gigs. As I mentioned earlier, I've been leading bands for over 20 years. I now have regular musicians that I work with, but I have other musicians I can call when they're not available. Tip number three, book the gigs, then find the musicians to play the gigs. Booking gigs is a lot of work. Sometimes you have to call the same venue many times just to get the person doing the booking on the phone. When they finally give you a date, the last thing you want to have to do is call 4 or 5 other musicians to see if they're available for that date. Just book the date and then call the musicians. The worst thing that can happen is you would have to call back the venue and cancel the booking. That rarely happens in my case because I simply have other musicians I can call if necessary. I hope you found these tips helpful. You may not be able to apply these tips 100% of the time. For instance, if you have a female lead singer and she's the focal point of the group, you may need to coordinate your schedule with hers. But you can still be flexible with the other players. If you're playing classic rock, for instance, find out who the best bass players and rock guitarists are in your area. Ask for referrals if you need to. Then you can still do the gigs if the bass player is sick or is on vacation. You may need to do a rehearsal sometimes, and you also may need to give the substitute player a recording of the music that you play. But overall, these principles will still work. Please comment below and tell me if you agree or disagree with me. Or if you want to just comment helpful, that would also be really awesome. Now for the bonus. I've got a list of 10 beats with notation that all drummers need to know that I'd like to send you absolutely free. I've also got an exclusive video demonstrating all the beats, again, all free. Just follow the link in the video or in the comments below. Thank you for watching today, and I have 2 other videos on the pros and cons of being a band leader versus a sideman as a drummer. Please watch those next, and I'll see you next time.